Okay guys, we're back with part 3. This is going to be the top of the box. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. This is the Coffin 3x3 note card box that I made for the design team of Country Craft Creations. This is what it is. Obviously it's open, but we've already done the bottom, which is this one right here, and now we're going to finish the top. So off camera, the only thing that I prepped was the 1-inch cereal box strips. I went ahead and cut the triangles so you didn't have to wash it again. Cut the triangles. I cut out my inside pieces, which are the 1-inch by 11 inches. So the inside, like in here. And I prepped my outside strips, which I cut mine at 3/4 of an inch. Because again, I want that black to show. So I cut mine at 3/4 of an inch. Actually, I think this one I cut at just 7/8 instead of an inch, and these ones are just a little bit smaller. But I think I'm gonna put rhinestones around it, so I wanted these ones to be smaller. So you can, if you want less black to show, do 7/8 of an inch. If you want more black to show, do 3/4 of an inch. However you want to do it. It's your box. Or if you don't want any black to show, do it at 1 inch. So I just used, these ones are so short because remember we traced the bottom of the box onto this. So I just cut a few strips to whatever length was left of the paper, so that way we're not using a whole nother sheet of paper. So let's go ahead and glue our black pieces, or if you want the inside of your lid to be, you know, different on the inside, then you need to put whatever piece you want your inside box to be, because you remember we already have it black for the bottom. So I wanted mine black so that way I can utilize this piece of paper for my cards. Okay. So what I'm doing kind of off camera is just gluing. I'll get back in here. Just scrabbling some glue along here. I mean, you can use the tip for the art glitter glue, and that will give you the precise. For me, it just is easier to do it this way. To each his own. This one I'm going to put right up against the top of the chipboard because it is exactly 1 inch. So let's do that. Try not to get any overhang. Okay, there we go. I don't care about the bottom if it's not perfectly on the bottom like that, because you're not going to see that. Again, this piece here. So just scribble some glue, and you're just making sure you're getting those edges. That's why I like the art glitter glue, because you only need a tiny bit, so you're not really like wasting it, but you get that complete coverage. And put it right up to there. Okay. And now to get rid of that raw chipboard, we'll go ahead and ink that. I think I'm going to write to the cereal companies and ask if they can start using black for their boxes so I don't have to ink it out. Wonder how that's going to go, right? Okay, so there's that one, and then raw chipboard here. Just ink it up. Be careful you're not sticking to your triangles. And I didn't ink the bottom of the box, so let me go ahead and ink that real quick. Oops, sorry. My camera is literally right here. This little piece right here that you see, that's the bottom part of my camera. Alright, so I just inked that up. Okay. So let's get the top of your box again. If I can get the ink closed. Here's the top. You know it's the top because this is top. So we are going to go ahead and do the exact same thing. You're just going to manipulate this paper right on around. So if you put your this chipboard on top of this chipboard, you need to do the same thing now. Mine, I put it right up against it. I didn't put it on top. So I have to do the exact same. Do I know that's going to make a difference? I don't know, but logically it sounds like it would make a difference. So we're just going to do the same. So right up against it, up and down. Come around. I need to pop up this one right here so I can manipulate it around the corner. And manipulate it around. I didn't let the glue dry on this one, so it's like bubbling up, but all you have to do is just press it as you're going. Just press your paper. Like I said, this linen cardstock can take a beating. Press that bubble out. Okay. Keep going around town. And put that paper in there. Okay. I'm just manipulating it as I'm going around this time because you guys get the point of it from the last video. So now this one you can just kind of manipulate it with it. Just make sure it's straight. I just manipulated this one and it is not straight at all, but that's okay. It's a cereal box. I can manipulate the point at a different point and make it fit. You tell the paper what to do, right? Okay, next strip. Again, I'm not minding that gap. Actually, I'm going to go on this side. Right up against to make it even. We're going to cover that gap up, so don't be afraid. And come back around. And back around, push it, and pop, and come on. This one, the paper's being stubborn because, again, I didn't let the glue dry as long as I needed it to. But, again, it's paper. You tell it what to do. You know, it's not our kids. They're not the boss. Or the dogs. The dogs are the boss, too. Grandkids. But not the paper. Paper's not the boss. We're the boss of the paper. I'm just going to eyeball this with scissors to make it right next to it, but not overlapping. Just going to vertical my scissors, and I'm trying to get an angle where you guys can see how I do that. Like, I'm right up against, see the little gap? I am right up against it with my scissor, trying not to cut it. And I just make a little slit. And now I can cut the rest of it off without cutting my box. There we go. I'm going to find some scrap backing to back this in case I need a piece for a different box. Put that there. And now just going to get my hinge. And again, this is 1 inch. You can measure 1 inch with your trimmer and trim that 1 inch, but I'm just going to eyeball it because I can always cut off the extra. And then 1 inch here. Okay, so this one you can really see the gaps. So if you have gaps on yours, don't fret. Remember, just like the bottom of the box, we're going to cover it up. You're not even going to see it. See? You can't even see it. Inside, You can't even see it. I can see it because I know where I put it. I actually don't even know where the second one is. So don't fret. You got it. You didn't do anything wrong. You did exactly right. If you don't have a gap, you did it better than me, because I do not have time to make that perfect. And I'm sure I can measure it and make it perfect, but when these little flaps are right here. So see, this one has a big gap. It doesn't matter because we're about to cover that right up with this here. And then you're going to cover it with paper if you want to. This one I'm keeping black, so I probably should have inked. I'm going to ink this gap up just so you don't see the raw chipboard. Because this is black. And so you can see it a little bit more with the black because I didn't ink it up, but you know what? I'm not bothered by that. Not bothered to say the least. If you are bothered by that, then guess what? Get another sheet of paper, cut it 1 inch, cover it up on the inside too. I learned that, you know, these little OCD moments, it's just, I don't know, it's just not worth the stress and the frustration, because crafting is supposed to be fun, not frustrating, right? Okay, gonna trim off that excess. I'm gonna be so mad at myself for using these good scissors, but oh well. Okay, there you have it. There's your top. If you want, you can push in all these little pieces that may not have fit exactly. Trim them off. However you want to do it. Okay. Now I'm just going to go ahead and manipulate my box shape again. So I'm not going to do too much manipulation like this. I'm just going to get that basic shape because I do need it to fit on my bottom box. And you see how I had to push mine because I made the mistake on this piece right here. It's okay. Look. It's that cereal box. Pop it in. See how on my left hand I'm pushing it down. Make it fit. Get it in there. Make it fit. It works. That's super cute. Okay. So now we are on to the sides of our box, which I'm using this paper on the original one, which I've lost the top of the box. Oh, here it is. On the original one, I used the polka dots for the bottom, but I used the bats this time, and then this time I made my strips smaller. So this is how it looks when you use the 7/8 of an inch, and then you'll see how it looks when I use the 3/4 of an inch. Again, I put score tape on the back. I used the 3/8 of an inch and the 1/4 of an inch since I made this smaller, because I want it way more black to show than the original one, because I feel like I'm going to bling this out. Or maybe add some eyelash trim or something. I don't know. I want to give myself options. So I'm lining it up with the top here to cover all of this. You could ink your strips if you want. I'm not bothered by that. I do like the smoky look of it, but you know. Okay. And this one I am going to overlap just a smidge bit, only because I don't feel like I didn't cut this edge straight. It's at a diagonal, so I'm just going to cover that up. Right? No worries, no stress. You can do the glue stick on the score tape again like we did before, but I'm okay. Okay, and then this one we need one more little piece right here. So I'm just going to eyeball it and again, you can measure if you need it to be perfect. By all means, measure. I'll just making sure all my bats. This is why I don't use a lot of directional paper because, as you can see, I don't really pay attention. I just kind of lay it down. Just giving this a good once over with my thumb here. Make sure it's all adhered. Now we can put our top on. I'll flip it over. Man. I'm just going to cut off all these. I don't know if you can see that little tiny lip right there. I'm just going to cut it off. That's it. That should cover. Now at this point, if you wanted to add trim, you can. Like if you have a lace you want to hang over. I just thought of that now. Right this second. I don't know. I may want to put some eyelash trim there. I thought I had some right here to show you what it means. But, of course, it's not easily accessible. Oh, here it is. I'm just going to show you with this piece of silver because that's what I was able to pop out super quickly. So what I mean by that is if you wanted to put your eyelash trim down first, you can do it before you put, oh wait, where am I going? Oh, sorry, I really just moved my camera and I was all confused. Okay, there we go. So if you want to put your eyelash trim down, you can now, or if you have ribbon or something you want to put down, I would put it down now. If you want, I would probably use hot glue to put the ribbon down, just because it's quick. Sorry if I don't put this back together. Okay, so I'm not going to do it because I don't know where my black trim is, eyelash trim. So I'm just going to take my white pearl eraser and stop moving the camera. Sorry guys. Just erase the word top because I don't know. I guess I didn't have to because I know I'm going to cover that anyway. I'm just going to glue it down. See, I was just overthinking it. Not going to do that. Okay. Okay. I laid that down a little wonky. Okay. Give it a good burnish. And you may have some overhang because again we manipulated that box. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and just round these corners and cut off this little tiny 1/16 of an inch that is over. That's it. And then same thing here. Just take these little tiny pieces off. That honestly, if I wasn't on tutorial, it would not bother me, but I'm just showing you guys how to clean it up. This little piece here where I fumbled on the hinge is fine because I'm going to cover that up with something. I can just actually cut it off so that way it's smooth. It is up to you. You can ink your raw edges now. So yeah, your box is done. Besides, why is my camera all funky? Okay. And so this one has a tiny, tiny bit of overhang. I'm just gonna cut that off. There we go. Ink that raw edge. And there you have it. And you do have to, like, the first couple times you are going to have to smush your box in because now you have extra layers of paper. Yeah, I think I like this better with the same on same. What I plan on doing is taking my rhinestones, wherever I just threw them off to, and putting it on the side. But let's go ahead and decorate the top. So here's what I did to this top. I went ahead and used another sheet of paper. This is the jack-o'-lantern page, but I think for this one I'm going to use, let's see. Okay, oh. I think I might want to use my haunted. No, because actually no, I'm making my other project with that, so I need to save that. Okay. So these are all the pages I can use. I have stuff for the other project I need to show you guys already done. Okay, so I do have another piece of that, which is the potion bottles. Obviously, I'm going to use a different tag than what was there. Let's make it a little bit different. So you guys can fast forward this print. I mean, the box is done at this point. I just wanted to show you how I decorate because that's my biggest, when I first started, yep, that's it. That was my biggest, or my hardest part was trying to decorate because I wasn't really good at it. So this is how I go through it. I just kind of audition papers to see what is going to fit where. I love this trick or treat with the, oh no, I'm going to need that. I love the trick or treat with the bats. Sorry, I'm just trying to clean up just a smidge bit. So I think I want that to be my focal point. So I don't use my good scissors when I'm doing the glue triangle. You can cut this out using your paper trimmer or by hand. I'm going to do that. So that's going to go somewhere on there like so. I'm going to do, actually, I'm not going to use this ephemera piece. I'm going to use this cut apart in the collection, which is the bat with the bat. And I'm going to use my seam binding somewhere in there. I don't think I want to put a pattern paper on there. I'm going to use my seam binding, I know that. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and clean up these edges. Again, you can use your paper trimmer, but I'm okay. I'm going to go ahead and ink this. No, I'm going to use my corner chomper, and I'm going to use the stub end. I am obsessed with this paper stub, and I just got the chomper like a month ago, and everything I've used has been to get stubbed. I don't know why. It's just my thing right now. It's my jam. I'm going to ink it up, and I'm going to be a little wild with the ink because I want that extra black soot kind of feel to it to make it a little more spooky, I guess. And I'm going to clean this up a little bit. I don't think I want to ticket stub this one. Yes, I do. Who was I kidding? Of course I wanted to ticket stub it. So all I did was just ticket stub. Gives it this little odd shape to it, but I like it. That's all that counts. Yeah, that's how I like it. To be honest, I'm not in love with it, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and take my paper trimmer and I'm going to trim just a smidge bit off of each side, re-ticket stub it, re-ink it. Okay. Sorry. See, I'm a hard crafter, as y'all can see, with everything bumping around and me throwing stuff. I am a hard crafter. Okay, I'm in love with that. We are marrying that. Love it. I kind of want my bat to be wonky like that. I think that's super fun. When I first started crafting, I would never put anything diagonal or slanted or even like off like that. No way. My OCD did not allow it. But now, as you can see, I do it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and use my doily or 2 or 12. Love it. Actually, I love it just like that. I'm going to... Okay, so I cut a slit in the middle, and I'm just going to concertine this or accordion fold. Kind of make it into a rosette because I want that 3D. I might have to cut it all the way up. And there's just no rhyme or reason. I'm just accordion folding it like so. And then this little piece. And then I'm just going to flatten it out just a little bit. Actually, you know what I might do? I might just add a second piece to make it into a big rosette. No. Not married to that idea. Let's see here. You know what? I do. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and glue just the back of this. Art glitter glue, not caring if it gets in the holes because it dries clear. I'm just putting it on the edge. And I'm just going to flatten those 2 pieces out and just kind of manipulate it around how I had it before. That's it. Just giving it a rosette feel. That's all. Pull this around a little bit more. So I'm going to get it to the shape that I like, and then you can leave it frilly like that, which I might. Oh yeah, I'm loving that. Actually, I think I'm going to hang. Oh wait. Wait. This is what I do. I just go through and audition various pieces and see what I like. Your box can overhang. Let's see. I like that. I don't know. I think I'm going to stick with my original idea and have this like so. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm just going to use some pop dots, or whatever you call these things, foam dots. I got these ones from Dollar Store, so we're not going to be stingy with them. You can use foam tape. You don't even have to pop it up if you don't want. Another way too that you can do if you don't want to go out and purchase foam tape or pop dots, you can take your scraps and fold them up accordion style, and then just use those as your height, like you hot glue them, so they're super stiff, and you can use that for height. You don't have to use these pre-made dots if you don't want to. That's also a good way to use your scraps. So I want mine to be about here. Let me see how I want that to look. And again, you guys, your box is done, so you can go ahead and cut the video off or fast forward or just watch my madness, however you want to do it. I'm going to crunch it down. It still has that height feeling to it, but I'm just going to manipulate those folds a little bit to how I want it to look. Smash it down. That's how I want it to look. Yep. That's it right there. And I'm going to pop my 31 up on some pop dots. I'm going to kind of stick them in the middle because I want them to overhang on my box. Or I might want to cut that off. I don't know. I have options. I may want to just cut the bad out. I don't know. Don't know yet. I'm liking it like so. Let's go ahead and... do I want another doily down here? Let's find out. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to pick a side and cut it just, you know, up the middle. And accordion fold that. You can match up the pieces if you want. I can't be bothered with that. I just go for it. It's going to look the same, or I'm going to manipulate it to how I want it to look either way. So why put yourself through all that extra stress? And this way, and this way. Back up. So now if you do a second piece and you glue them together, you'll have a full rosetta. Or rosette. Is it? I don't know how you call it. I want a second one here. Is that going to be too much? I feel like it's too much. Do I want a half a one? And don't throw, like when you cut them, don't throw it away because you can always use it on another project. You may want to come back and say, you know what, I do want another piece in there. Let's see. Nope, not married to it. I don't know. I wish this was live. I can be like, oh, do you, oh, you know what? Ha, 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 ha. Let's see. Do I like a hidden bat? Yes. I like that. So okay, I do. I love that. Let's get married. Let's do it. Yep. That's what's happening right there. So since I covered the pop dots with the flowers, I'm just going to run some art glitter glue on the doily, and that's what's going to stick here. I'm going to leave this like Pac-Man mouth, because why not? I love it. I'm so proud of myself with this. It's not even funny. And you know what? I kind of like the sticker by itself. I don't need to pop it up in my bat like that. So all I'm going to do is, because I don't want this sticky, so you can just rub some baby powder on it. What I'm going to do is take some, sorry, my glue's leaking out. You can rub baby powder, you can rub glitter. I'm just going to rub, yeah, I'm just going to rub glitter because I don't know where my powder is, to get rid of the sticky. So I don't have to, I love that placement, so I don't want to mess with it. So I am just going to run some glitter behind it. Normally I would do baby powder, but yeah, this is what I got right here. So I just threw some glitter so that way it's not sticky. You can put a piece of paper, but I didn't want to take it off because I found that's the perfect position, and you know if you take it off, you're not going to find that perfect position again, and you don't want that sticky. So I have that, and I need one more little thing right there. I am thinking, and again, I'm not pressing hard because I'm just auditioning pieces. We are not married to it. You know what? I think I just like the stars. Yep, that's what I'm going with, stars. And then once you get to that, just stop and go with it. Do not continue looking for pieces because you're going to be there all day. I do want to pop those up though, so I'm going to use the hat. Get off. Nope, there's no more in that one. I'm going to use these little pop dots I have. These are mini pop dots. I think I got them from the, no, I got these from, what do you call that thing that you get, Expo or something? I don't know. So they're tiny. I mean, super tiny. I'm just going to go ahead and place it there. This one here. And your 3x3 cards, you can do how you want. I'll do another video on the 3x3 cards because this is going on 40 minutes. So, yeah. And I don't know if I want to pop up that purple star. Yeah, I do. And I just mashed it down, so always simple. I didn't mash it too hard. Just get your little picky tool and pick it off. So there's those two stars and this one. I'm going to go through and put some Wink Stella on this. I'm going to put some black licorice on there. I'm going to switch the orange and okay, these glue dots are no joke. I didn't even press it hard and that thing was down. I'm going to switch to purple and the orange just to give it, yeah, that's what I like. Okay. Married to that. Super cute. So why not? Let's have a ball. Let's go ahead and I'll finish showing you what I'm doing. So I'm just taking my Weekend Stella pen and I'm just scribbling. This is the empty one. This is a good one. And just going through. And actually, I lied to you. One of them was brand new and one of them was old, but they both keep giving me glitter, so I'm just like, whatever. I'm just scribbling it on. I'm going to scribble it on the bats. The oar. The bat wings here. The 31. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is come in with my glossy accents, and I'm going to go over just a few things. I'm going to do the 31. Just trace it. Maybe the bat wings. And I'm not even, not being perfect with it. I'm just giving it some dimension. I love the way glossy accent looks over Wink of Stella. Maybe do this oar here. Just kind of trace the word. I'm going to do dots around the 31 to look like Witcher's warts, I feel like. Or just, dots. Yep. And then just kind of 3D these guys. Not that you can see what I'm doing. Now you can. Just 3D the bats. That's it. I may add a ribbon, some seam binding here or there. I don't know. So you guys will have to see in the final video. Okay guys, thanks for watching. The box is done. The next video will just be the cards, and you'll get to see how I make my cards and the madness that I go through with them. Yeah, that's all. Alright guys, make sure you leave the feedback and let me know if you like the video, if you want to see more, if you want to see less. That's all. Make sure you order all your papers and stuff from Tammy's shop at Country Craft Creations. Bye guys!